Somebody once told me that if you see a big parade coming down the street, you have two choices. You gotta run over or lead it. And I can tell you that the millennials have changed everything. It's all about collaboration. It's all about meritocracy. Buildings have to reflect that. They have to accommodate it. The things that they want locationally, they want public transportation. They don't want to drive a car. They want living options. They want all kinds of different amenities. And frequently what we see in the tech and the media entertainment industries is they're getting lunch, breakfast, and dinner. It is absolutely profound what has happened, and I've lectured a lot on this, and I think that the normal fire category assets, many of them don't respond well to what the millennials want and to what those types of companies that are hiring them need. It's all, facilities today are about helping people, human resources, and the company attract and retain the labor they need. And so I've never seen anything as profound in my career. And as a company, what we try to do is sell off the stuff that we don't think locationally or physically accommodates this trend and develop and reposition the assets that do accommodate that trend. So it's huge. And I can tell you that in the West Coast and the technology markets that we're in, it's far greater than 35% in terms of the population base. It's closer to 50 or 60%, and in some cases it's much higher than that. So these folks are here to stay, and you've got to understand them, and you've got to accommodate them, and in providing facilities, if you can't, you've got a problem.
So are you taking more risk as a result of this shift?
Well, I think we've reduced our risk, again, by selling off the things that don't respond well. It's definitely changed our thesis on where to invest. If we're not near public transportation, or if we're not have a big enough concentration where we can shuttle people fairly closely, in close proximity to public transportation, we won't invest in it, we won't develop it. In terms of the physical characteristics, think about the old 4 per thousand, 4 people per 1,000 square feet. Everything we're building today is anywhere from 9 to 13 people per 1,000 square feet. It's not that they always occupy everything that densely, but think about the implications on your floor loading, your access, your mechanical systems, your elevator systems. If your buildings physically don't accommodate that or can't be made to accommodate it, you're in a very risky position in office space today, in my view. So we think we've done the things to really lead this in our markets, and it's paid off for us as evidenced by our occupancy.
Bill, how do you think about the millennials?
Well, I think, I'm covering the office space. I would simply add, the way I think we think about it on the office side is it's affecting what's inside the buildings. So open floor, high ceiling. This is a workforce that wants to be in green, environmentally sensitive buildings. They actually worry about that. And it affects where the buildings are. So I think we're in an era now, given labor demographics, where employers are going to follow employees versus the other way around. So the notion that I would fill out a corporate campus in suburbia and you were all going to come out and run REM, I don't think so. That's not how I think most employers are thinking about it. I would add that because of that, I think it's creating an environment where development can make sense even when you go into markets and say, wait a minute, market rents don't seem to justify it. But there are clearly corporate users that find that the space they want doesn't exist in the market to attract the workforce they want. So from our perspective, I mean, it generated a built-to-suit for Blackstone that we did last year. It's actually generated a new Comcast tower that we're going to build in Tennessee, Philadelphia. On the industrial side, same way. This is partially what is about e-commerce. This is a group of buyers, consumers that push their shopping cart button at 10 o'clock at night and expect to see it the next day. And it's generating a demand in the industrial space that's replicative of the demand that's necessary for the in-place store. So you need a high count of new pallets, rack space to deal with stores, and I need a pick and pack operation that's 24/7 to deal with e-commerce. So if I'm Walmart, I need 2 warehouses, not 1 anymore. So it's affected both of our businesses really profoundly.
Richard?
So I want to thank you for this question because when we were thinking about selling area, what we considered was where we would be next and what was our business plan. And from 2008 till 2011, we basically decided that we were going to shift our business area towards focusing on the millennials. And we bought 35,000 units of multifamily and 11 million square feet of distribution space, basically thematic around the change in real estate. And when we sold the area, we went back and looked at the lessons we've learned over the last 20 years and what the future might bring. And we came away with a few things. One is the millennials are going to change everything. That has been said. And we'll try and figure out what they wanted and what the best risk-adjusted investment opportunity was based on those trends. And we concluded that millennials want to be in urban spaces, that they are generally going to be renters, not owners. That may change, but we think that that's pretty true today. And so what we've done is focus on building Class A multifamily units in what we view as top cities in the U.S., with the exception of San Francisco, which we're not in. But we are building 5,000 units across the country in urban areas, small units, highly amenitized, close to public transportation. Millennials care more about Wi-Fi than they do about plumbing. That's a bit of an exaggeration. But this is kind of what we're up against. And the cities that we are in are Seattle, Los Angeles, actually downtown, which is somewhat controversial, New York, very large presence in Brooklyn, Miami in the design district, and one small project in Portland. So we think that if you don't get on the bandwagon of what the millennials want and figure out how that impacts your business, you're going to be lost.
The only thing I would add to what was said before is that we spend a lot of our time mapping infrastructure spends across the country that are supportive of a lot of the behavioral patterns that the other panelists have articulated with respect to the millennial population. And therefore, from a risk perspective, we do like the idea of putting chips on the table in projects that are adjacent to large infrastructure spends that support this population. The other thing I'd add that hasn't been said is that we spend a lot of our time looking at high quality of living secondary cities in the United States that are supportive of the lifestyle considerations that this population is really demanding. And I think the point that was made earlier that the employers are willing to gravitate towards this population suggests that there might be a lot of opportunities around some low cost of living, high quality of life style secondary cities in the U.S. And we spend a lot of our time putting risk on in those types of environments.
So Steve, your track record is outstanding, if not phenomenal. Perhaps you have that slightly different perspective, and we talked about this to some degree, but it would be perhaps against conventional wisdom as well, so I'd love to hear your perspective.
Well, you know, as I sit here, it's hard to believe, but 33 years ago when we started our business, I was a millennial.
Right.
And we were called then baby boomers. And we were going to change everything, every aspect of the way Americans live and spend their time. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But we created a business model based on a simple but elegant theory that people would want to buy brand name products direct from the manufacturer. They want to cut out the middleman and the middleman's profit. And that business model stood the test of time all these years, fortunately. We're not going to change it. What we're learning is that the millennials, this generation, loves bargains. They like discovery. They like, as people said, Wi-Fi. We were the first mall developer, I believe, to put free Wi-Fi on every one of our properties 4 or 5 years ago. Not because it was cool to do, but because we wanted to entertain the non-shoppers, to free the shoppers to spend more time in the stores. And now you'll find on our benches and by our fountains, they're full of people on their devices happily exercising their thumbs while the shoppers are in the stores happily exercising their credit cards. And that just works well for us. So we're not going to change it. It hasn't changed our risk assessment. And God bless the millennials. And in another 10 years, there'll be another name as the next part of the life cycle comes through. And hopefully we'll still be here.
Well, as a net lease company, predominantly, it's not as immediately relevant to us, the millennials and their impact. But we do have a hotel fund, and clearly the impact is felt there. The asset management team within that effort is focused on what the millennials want as customers. Also, as industrial space owners, we think about logistics uses related to the internet. So I think it's relevant, but for us, it comes more into play with respect to the tenant industries that we're underwriting as our credits, and trying to understand how they're adapting to the trends. And every now and then we'll come across businesses that look like they're dinosaurs, and so we decided that 10, 15 years down the road, which is the span of which we'll have a relationship, they may not be as successful in driving an industry, and so we will pass on that credit. I do want to say though, and I think it's also clear that this is a trend which has been going on for some time, and I think we all agree that it's significant. Urbanization has been happening all over the world for different reasons, in the U.S. demographically, in China and India because rural's turning into urban, and so it's clearly a trend, and core urban gateway city real estate will always be valuable, and then core, so the secondary, the kind of real estate that Ralph was referring to, will always be valuable. But I just want to put a plug in for the suburbs here. As a suburban guy who's raised his family in a good school system, there is something to be said for when you hit a certain age. I know I'm dating myself, but when you have a family